Yeah. Well, my sharing is about, like Lillian was saying, and we grew up in the same area. Like our family systems were loving and strong.
Yeah.
So with that young age till we got picked up by the Indian in 1996. And I was in residential school, both missionary, Protestant, and Catholic, total of 8 years. And in the well, both residential schools had different teachings about religion. I won't say spirituality. It's just a religion. And in the Protestant one, we used to have to read the Bible from Genesis to Revelations and memorize enormous amounts of scripture. But later on in life, when I was having my children, I used to talk to my children, and I'd make sure they all would watch videos on Jesus and what the meaning of Christmas was. And because they're part Jewish, I'd make sure they'd be watching the Jewish side of things, Moses, and Noah, and like all those things that were like in the Bible is love your neighbor, do unto others as you would have done to you. So, like it was a story about giving love all the time. And I'd be teaching this to my little kids. Isaac might have been 5, Luke 6, and I'd be, I guess, pretty much indoctrinating them with this idea of, like, love other people. Then one day, my 5-year-old son Isaac, he comes in. We used to talk about angels and heaven, up to a point where at one point I was worried that he was too focused, like on home, going to heaven, going to, like where we go after. And I sat him down and I told him, Isaac, like we're not going to talk about this anymore. You were born for a reason. You have a destiny that you were given. You have a job to do here. And that's, we can talk about angels and heaven, like sometime. But then I was, when we were talking about loving and being a good neighbor and doing for others, taking care of others, and that's what I tend to do. I focus more on how I can help community. You know what I mean? Where sometimes I leave my family out. And then one day, 5-year-old, he's asking me, going, Mom, does God love himself? I was thrown by that. Here I'm so focused, telling this kid, indoctrinating them to, be good to your neighbor, be good to your friends, be good to everybody else. I forget about that part. And it took a little kid to bring me back to that. It was just kind of fun.
Yeah, but that goes back to the Western teachings where we're told we need to love everybody around us and give, and to focus on yourself as being selfish. Where our traditional teachings were focus on yourself before you try and focus outside. Thanks.